And there we go. Okay. Alright. Should be live. Cool. Alright, let's get started. Hi again. Do another stream here. Let's see. Before I get too started, just wanna see if there's... I wanted to add some more stuff, like add more widgets to my stream, so I'm just gonna see if this works. If this even displays. Okay, so I have a chat box. Okay. So chat box is not appearing, but let's see if this appears. Hey, alright. So I just need to see which of these will show up. Okay. So the chat box that comes with OBS that I'm using does not display. So it's like invisible to me. But I can see that your chat is here. So if I ever make more widgets, I know that I can include chat. Okay, that way. Thanks for that research a little bit there. Cool. I think I'll just hide those, both of them, for now, and we'll get started. Alright. Because I'm planning on having, hoping to get a webcam. I ordered it this week, so it should be coming sometime this week, so I wanted to see anything else, like the chat. How's the chat gonna work? So that's good. Cool. Let's dive right into it. Here we go. So this is the Derpy movie that I'm working on. So it's gonna be a fairly long project, long running time too. And so I don't know how long the running time will be yet, but the storyboards that I have now suggest about 8 to 10 minutes ish. So as I go along, I'll see how long it'll be. Yeah, hi chat. Okay, so this is what I got so far. So this is like in the first act, so nothing too spoilery. It's gonna happen just yet. I mean, sort of. There's a big plot point in this section, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, so little context is that Derpy is gonna go on this train here, and she's trying to travel to a faraway place, and something bad happens on the train. That'll then kickstart the rest of the movie. Yeah. So we can see like all these. It's a bit blurry with all these different stuff going on, so I'll try to hide. I could just show the storyboards here. I'm gonna go back. So these are my original storyboards that I made. Okay. So it's on the train. And I made these storyboards like months before. Okay. And she has this little parcel box that we'll get to. I think I might animate some parts. Maybe this first half of this scene. Other train goers, and then something happens in a little S. Because it's an evil snake. Yeah. And there'll be two of them. It's saving. That's cool. And one of the snakes takes her box. And she tries to stay her ground. But then she see that she has the snake has the diamond, which is important. This all makes sense if you see the full story in context. This is just like one scene out of it, but this will kickstart the rest of it. Where now Derpy now has to go off to then get the diamond back and deliver it to the right person at the end. So I've been working on this scene for maybe like hour or so. But first we should see about go back to here and then finalize the snake designs, because there was those two snakes that'll look like this. These are the base colors that I chose. So base artwork, and then we're choosing what colors those two snakes would be. So I think I've decided, just like right before the stream, like I wanted to have, I really like this color. Wanted that to be red, so I can see it, and I like this color. I think they're pretty polar opposites, and a dark and a light color are good. The one thing is that I don't like, this is a male snake hair, so I wanted to change that and see what I could do with that. I mean, honestly, I could just, bring it more towards green and see what happens there. I'll just play around with it. Even use this green. That's fun. But now the hair is very similar with that one. But I think that punchy is good. Just maybe I'll change this to be blue. That's nice. This could be yellow, but that's already yellow there. This, nope. So I'm just playing around and seeing of the colors that we have, which one looks okay. That looks okay. I'm trying not to make it like, oh, like another OC, another character exactly. Trying to make it a bit different. Something original colors. So like that's looking okay. Kinda happy with that. I think it's a bit too punchy again, so I might saturate it just a little bit. That's alright. Okay. This honestly could be more blue. Okay. Okay. I think I'll just stick with that and then change it later. Very minor changes later. Okay. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna control that. Okay. So I made a new file. Instead of like a base, this will be, which one should I do first? Hey, Wanderer. I'm doing great. I'm gonna call this female. For the female. So I could just get rid of the guy now. I think the spots are on different layers, so I'll just move them over. And we still got this, so I can just literally copy paste all this into the opposite scene here. Ibbe. Nope, I just got rid of everything. Just want to get rid of these lines. Okay. So now, I don't have hair, so that makes it easy with that. Okay. Yeah. Hey, hola. Bit out of breath. Why did I do that? That's the opposite of what I wanted. So I'm finding replacing, so it's trying to find in the document what I want, and then I'm going to replace it with this. That's right. Boop. Now everything that's orange should be orange. Cool. Well, yeah. Cool. Ooh. Let's see if this works. No, I wanted to find this one and then replace with that. Cool. Okay, that's working. For some reason, that's a bit different color, but oh, because it needs to be a lighter orange to be like a highlight orange. Nope. That's not what I want. I want that. Okay. Working too fast for my own good that I don't know what I'm doing. And see, like stuff like that happens, and I'll have to go back. I'm pressing the backward button. I might have to redo it because it might have done everything. Oh, gee. Did it black on you guys too? I think I'm pressing shift now. Oh, I think I went too far. Okay, we'll just start that over. I don't know what happened there. I think I'll spend a little bit slower time on this now. Okay. Still think there's a male. Oh, because that's there. That's interesting. Yeah. It's usually the quick bit. Because you can just see, like, otherwise I have to go through every part of it and selectively say what color I need for, like, every bit. And, like, I can show you, like, how much the mouth, how many times I'd have to select it and stuff. There we go. That's basically what I wanted. Okay. So spots are on a different layer, so I'll copy those and put it inside of this body layer here. Boop. because it's still on the main scene, I can see where it is, and I just kind of line it up where I generally had it. For some reason I had two. Ah, okay. So I had one where there was no belly stripe and one with it. Okay, and I think I like the belly stripe, so I'll keep that. Okay. So that's good. Now this is female, cool. Cause that's the female head. Head all. Wondering if it should be a unicorn. Doesn't really make sense. So I'll get rid of it. Because they're not going to be using magic at all. So, if you have a gun on a table, you have to use it. Kind of analogy. So if she was a unicorn, I would have to use it at some point. But I don't think in my story I ever use it. But yeah, you can see in his mouth, just like how many frames. Like I would have to eyedropper and then say orange, orange, for every one of these frames to recolor it. But because I did the find replace, it went through all of these frames and then looked for it with the gray color that we had before and just changed it automatically there. So that's pretty good. Okay, how we doing? Yeah, look at that. I don't know who you are, but thanks. Just follow me on Twitter. Should I get rid of that kind of notifications on my desktop? Oh, that just went to my settings on my Chrome browser here. Oh, all sorts of stuff's happening. Cool. We'll get rid of that. Alright. Oh, cool. Just looked at your profile. Alrighty. That happened. So I got rid of the unicorn hair. Oh, right, the hair. Had to add that. So hopefully I can draw a more better stylized version of that. Oh yeah, you can see that the horn doesn't actually disappear till I delete it. Okay. I was checking the chat to see anyone else, and still got the Spanish going on. Cool. Sorry, I know a little Spanish, but not enough to like read that and know what's going on. I mean, it's okay. I just, I won't ban you for it, but if you swear in Spanish, then I might have to take some actions. Nothing personal. Okay, so I think how I'm gonna draw this is I'm just gonna kind of sketch it out first and then do a more finalized lined version. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of curves I want first for her. I think you're super punky. Yeah. That looks alright. But I can see like that's gonna cover up there, so I'll make this a bit shorter here. Otherwise you would be able to see her skull right there. That's we enlarge this. So I'm using the lasso tool and transform tools to kind of move these around, and erase tool here. Okay, a little taller. They give a lot of hair. That's cool. Yeah, nice. And then cool. Yeah, this whole chat is now in Spanish. Oh no, we got a Korean. Oh man. I guess that's kind of the danger, because all my videos don't really have voices in them, so anyone really could watch them. So that was kind of my point too, that I wanted it to be very worldwide. I'm Mr. Worldwide with my videos, so anyone can join them. And now I can see like everyone in chat is also multilingual. Is that a word? Where they speak all different languages. And I like languages. Languages, it's fun. I like learning different languages. I really like is that the right word? Onomatopoeias? Yeah. The words that sound like a sound. really like that's kind of stuff is interesting to me in different languages, because you know, onomatopoeias, if that's the right word, that it's it's actually very cultural, very interesting to like hear about, like how people, you know, would translate onomatopoeias in different languages, because you like hear the same sound, but they use their own dialects and sounds themselves to figure out how to say them. What was the translation section? Oh, Star City. I just used the I think it was just vanilla Google Translate, Google extension, and then I was able to, like, after I had it, I was able to just highlight over the words, and then I was able to just like right there tell me the translation. So anyone's open to that if you want to keep tracking my chat now. I mean, had worse in chat. So I'm sorry if I'm not able to like directly respond to you, because I'm not super linguistical, knowing all sorts of languages. So I'm unfortunate that I have to like kind of ignore you a little bit, if that's a little harsh right now. His hair's looking good. Meanwhile, I'm drawing a real nice hair. And we'll get the animation ready as soon as I get this slick hair done. Not sure about this curve. Yeah, there's too many curves here. Too many little dots were in there. We're jingling my mood there. Okay. Oh gee. Okay, so now you guys are having full conversations in Spanish and Korean, or South Korean or something. So I don't really have time to like sit there and figure it out, so behave yourselves in there. Alright. Cool. So I don't know. I mean, now I'm second guessing if I want to add the chat as a screen feature, as I showed before. Or to have it just on the screen. Oh, that's nice. I might add I have to add the highlight like I did here. I could do that now. Go back a bit and save. Save's good. Always save. About every. I mean, I'm you know, ideal world, you probably want to save like every second. You don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I think I set it up so it would save. So Flash would save like every 10 minutes or so. And it's able to make a copy of it as I go. So that's better. Because I know that it crashes a lot and it'll just totally mess up what you're going for. But that usually happens when you just overclock it or just add too much to it. Like, there's too many things in the library. There's a lot of stuff here. What's this? Oh, my color wheel. Don't need that. That was pretty before. And my sketch. And I got different motion things. So, that's good. Yeah, on-screen chat would be nice. But now I'm just looking at the chat and I don't know. That is just, I mean, I can pull it up now so I can capture it. So you can see what's going on here. It's a bit small. You can see, like, I don't know what's going on there. This is a little beta test to see if this chat will work. Okay, I'll just leave it up for like 10 minutes or something. So. And it should still work if it was like held for a review or something. But it will show up in there anyway. So. Like it'll show that message to me, and then it'll say holding for review. So if it's on there, then that kind of defeats the point of it. So should just be, you know, automatically deletion if it's a bad word that I chose. So I don't know. It's a bit stranger in that sense. So I'm gonna work on the neck hair now. And you can see like those red lines that it was to show me what, you know, representation of where it should be. Oops, doop. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw the more good lines to this bit. Oop. Okay. And now I can also kind of see the delay in the chats. That yeah. That once I see someone chat in my live chat, it takes forever to get over to my other chat in the process stream. It's a bit confusing here, so I might try and just make less spikes right there. That's just for me to figure out what I want to do for this. Okay. I think we're good there. Boop. Ah. These lines all fill. There we go. Now I can get rid of my sketch layer here as a layer. Okay. And we can see that it's kind of going through her ear. That's her ear. And I kind of like it when it's, you can feel the arc is about the same between like here to over here. I should have things from over here so it doesn't get filled up by the chat there. So kind of like this arc to feel sort of natural. And that you can like see that kind of stuff with the normal pony designs, and it looks good too. It's maybe a little more. Try to keep it as kind of rebellious kind of hair kind of thing. Okay. So it's just going in every direction it wants. Like the hair is a bit messy too. I might flip this around, which creates these weird things. Okay. Now I'm just trying to redesign it. In redesigning with these lines, that's why I did the brush layer, so I had a better idea of what I wanted to do first. Because it's just a mess to go back and, as you saw, like trying to flip these lines to curve the other way was just not looking too good. Like it creates more points than it should. I gotta step back a couple times too and say, okay. So I might add another bit here and then get rid of these and say it's a little point here. Okay. So I think we're almost done with this guy or girl. And we try to keep that kind of blend between like a Paper Mario and pony style. So it's these harsh black lines against you know, these very straight and curved lines here. So I think that's about as good as I'm probably gonna get. I see there's a bunch of little bits in here that don't want to play well. See all this? It's just mess. It's just messy here. Okay. I'm not too, you know, in love with these curves with the hair. So I might just play around with it a little bit more and then we'll call it. Ooh, something like that. That's looking okay. This is becoming a character design session now. I just wanted to get this up and going. Just not. I guess I'm not the best hair designer, so I'm just playing around with it more than I probably should. And because Flash is freaking out with this, setting all these points, so I might just get rid of a couple of these and say, yeah, it's good. Okay. It's weird because that chat is actually virtual. It's actually on a different screen, so it's not right here for me right now. I had to like look over on my other screen. Okay. The shine should be white, not the belly color. Are you saying these shines here aren't like the? Should be white. Ah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Korean guy. Guess I can translate one of these. Eh? Oh, wait. Ah, that just said Republic of Korea. Thanks. Okay. Which one? Guess we're all good now. Yeah. Okay. And that says you hate English. Me too. English is just not the most easiest language to say. I don't know, views are fun. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah, I guess I don't really have any banned quotes on other languages. I guess you just found a weird loophole there. Yeah. That's fun too. I just can't win anyway, can I? I don't know what I'm doing either. Just wanted this to be smooth. It just added too many points. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, this chat isn't working too well. I think I'll just get rid of it then. It's not helping anything. See you later. You're still here though. You're in my hearts. You can still chat in your own chat. Cool. And I get more space so I can show more stuff and show bigger stuff. Okay. So chat should still be, chat is still, you know, going on. It's just hidden a bit. So I can show things for. I'm gonna figure out where I'm doing this. I wanted thinner lines here. So I can create this kind of highlight going on. Let's see where that going. Ooh, I had a line here. Where did that come from? I had no idea that was there. That's it's not really an out of here with the what I just said. That's a bit too wide there. So I'll kind of dent it a bit. Yeah. Play around with it a little bit more. Okay. Not too happy with this, so I might figure out how to get this shorter. Okay. Got a little weird tree shape going on. And that's the, if I make these symbols, that's the magic of flashes. That once I put these in boxes, essentially, anytime later, I can get back to, I can put this in the animation file, and then tweak it here, and if it's the same label, same name, then it should replace it when I say replace, and it should update it. So let's see what to call all these. I mean, what am I calling these now? I can follow the scheme that I got. Okay. Oh, that's just female ear. Okay, well, I can open these up and see what's going on. So here's the shadow. So I don't really need the male, because this is only the female right now, so I just get rid of that whole folder. Don't need the sketch. Here's a female head. All those. I'll just say that. Okay. Do I need this then? Does that equal the same thing? Let me see. Nope. Okay. Let's add 2 shadows for some reason. Or maybe the shadows for the other one. Wait. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really need the shadow for the movement cycles, because they'll just be movement cycles here. That's looking good. I'm liking it. And I heard one of you said, was that Star City? That... trying to figure out what the shine... If this is what the shine means to be white, I think that'd be a bit overkill. I like this kind of design better. So, I'm gonna go with that. Shadow. Let me see. That's his thing. Let me see if that... Yep, that's that. Okay. So I'm just checking the library in the bottom right here to see all the different stuff I made. And to see... I can just put all these into the same folder here. Okay. That should be all that. And then this shadow. Is that the same shadow? Okay, so I must have... That's weird. It seems like there's duplicate of that. Okay. So now... I'm gonna... Let's see. I think it's trying to save. It's not responding with that. Okay, cool. Like, it's not figuring out this boundary box. Like, there's this weird blue box around him. Okay, that was weird. Not liking this curve super much. Oh yeah, I can see like it's breaking real hardcore there. Yeah, it's hard to select it too. And that comes with the different types of edges. Because right here, this is like a straight line. Looks like a rectangle, but I could change it up in this properties to make them round and round. So now it's, you can see like the endy bit is a circle bit or a square bit, and this square bit makes these points. Or if we had 2 round bits, then you get a round corner. The bevel color for the shine makes them look sick. Well, maybe they are sick. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe because it's yellow that makes them look sick. I think if I choose like any other color, then it'll look fine. So, I think I'll stick with it for now, but if there's any other actual bad things that looks from it. I'm so angry at this. What is going on? Like, why don't you look okay? Okay. Trying to get it to a point, maybe. So I can like angle these until it makes a nice point there. Nice. Okay. I might drag it a little bit. Yeah. Doing these kind of curves like on the fly when you don't have a good plan, as you can see, like takes a long time to, because it take a while to like fiddle it to curve the right way, and then you have to fiddle it around to make it look good again. So you're just constantly just trying to fight against it. Yeah. Okay. I will symbolize these. And now I know what I'm kind of looking for. So I'm just going to keep it the same for now, and then I'll change all of them to be different. This is Naga, hair, top. And to be as, you know, concise and direct as possible with the naming. It's good. hair, neck, or maybe neck hair. The order of the naming doesn't matter because you can type in neck and you'll get it anyway. So it's just looking for the keywords there. Cool. And there's no tail I have to worry about. There's no key mark. So it makes all that real simple. It's easy with this kind of body stuff. Am I good? I thought it was a bit quiet. Okay. Right. So now that's really about it. As much as I need to customize this to get it going, really. I need to like go back. Oh, I lost it. I'll have to open it again. Just the bases, and then add the spots to the slither and walk. So I'll add those in. Slither and walk slow. These are my movement cycles. So I'll just put it in the same place and see roughly about what size of this all this is. And then I can add these spots, which are on the male side for some reason. Okay. Yeah. So I'll copy these again. Not do that. Copy. Move it into position where I want it. And then into here. Oh, because it slithers, we'll have to probably edit the whole motion of these spots now. So that's probably a whole thing I might have to work on as well. But I'll work on that on my own time instead, because I wanted to work on something else right now. So I just want to have like one snake, going, and then I can work on the other bits. Okay. Because I just thought this would only take like 5 minutes. No, it's not. That's not gonna work. Okay. So I have to manually go in and then edit all these to be roughly the right positions and stuff, and to follow the form and all that. For the whole motion. But I don't think there's too much motion I can add to the first bit. Oh wait, no, she does walk in, probably like this one on the left. So I will have to, but maybe I will have to like totally finalize it right now. Okay. Mostly just talking to myself and figuring out really technical stuff right now. I'm gonna search replace. So that's fun. So I'm just gonna look in the library for the names. So I'm looking for what should I call this? Should we give her a name? That'll be fun. Can we give me like an evil snake lady name? Any kind of pun with that. So it's gonna look for Naga, and I'll take some snake names if you want. If anyone has any of those. And of course I'm just stalling right now so I can wait for the chat to catch up, and and I think about now is when I'm starting to say that sentence about what I want. So then I'm gonna have to wait another 20 seconds for it to come back to me again when I figure out what I want. So I'm probably talking about stalling now. So this is like this weird loop of me just yeah, just hanging out here. But I'm glad I'm still got an audience going on. A couple of people left in that time, so just checking the analytics right now. Yeah, they're coming and going. That's cool. It's probably like it's a Wednesday night. I mean, who wants to spend too much time here? Probably have real stuff to work on. And I just lost someone right now. Yeah. As soon as we figure this out, I'll get back into the main event. Okay, just ka. Yeah, I'll just go with that until I can figure something else. That's good. Well, wasn't that the that's the Jungle Book name, but that's good. Okay, and then I'll go back to what was it? Pavin. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's in command. Okay, I was looking in control. They're the same kind of word. So looking female, and then replace that with ka. And now everything should be. We're just trying to keep everything unique. Nope. Because we have, we'll have multiple characters in the file. So if there's two objects in here that are the same name here, Flash will think, oh, because they're the same name, it might replace it with, if you try to import a new one, it'll replace what you had, so, with the wrong symbol. So, that's why we have to be very careful with naming things, especially want to keep things separate and have multiple things that are multiple characters that are basically using the same base. So, that's about it for that. Okay. So now we got a whole base here of her. So, yay. She is done, and now she's dead. Okay, there we go. Now she's alive. Woo. Okay. So, now when we'll need her next, she'll be here. This is like our kind of model sheet, and has everything inside it. All the facial expressions, and does she have the slither or the walk in here too? Yeah. So the slither is there, and probably the walk is there. Probably deleted it. Okay, we're good. Cool. I'll just keep this like that. And every double thing here just to keep things nice and easy to read. Cool. Well, I didn't take this. Just have to change that. Because everything wants to be car here. Cool. And that's the easy bit. We got more names, that's good. So is that your idea guy? Don't need this layer either. Cool. Now we got her. And she blinks. Nice. So if we got more names, I have all these characters now going on here. Okay. So we said we're in the base, but that shows these two. And it shows that hair and that color for that. Okay, now they're similar. Okay. Alright. Did I have blue? I just totally forgot. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay. I wanted this one, so I guess we can kind of make a file for it right now. So go to base and then make a new file. And call it just male. Boop. Okay. Starring Naga male. And get rid of the female here. Don't need her right now. As working on him now. And we need this color. I think I'll just color it. I won't make the whole thing right now. Okay, looks like Star has 43 names somehow. I guess I just need like choose the best one that you think. Give me like your top 2 or 3 for either male or female. Okay, and I'll go in here. I just added the horn to see if maybe some guards or some higher ups would be. Yeah. Ooh, sound smell live, yee. Cool. Okay, so I will take this and dip. I'll just make this super simple and it's hair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend any time on it. Just keep that the same colors. I like that, the electric blue kind of thing. Looks really nice. Okay. And those change too. So that's nice. Cool. Probably should have kept those. I'll put those back in. Because I need these for this body. So, put it around there. Hey, we got some new people. Cool. Hey, Flutter Space Muffin. I'm just about to move on to the next bit. Here. Okay. Okay. A bit out of breath now. I'll just take a bit of water. And, we'll get started on the next bit. Okay. Okay. You guys just had some water. Ooh, now it starts already has some names. Of course, these are all just going to be internal names because they're not going to be talking, but names are all good. You know, good part of the starts already helped as because I wanted to credit you. So I'll just copy all these and then we'll move on. Okay. Thank you. That's a good help. So as you can see, like there's a lot of snakes that I need. These are pretty good too. Okay, but I gotta move on to here. So I got pretty far in here. Let's see. Sorbard. So again, this is gonna be part of the movie that I'm making for my channel. Still a long way to go. I mean, this is about maybe 2 or 3 minutes really into the movie, and I've only got like in like the 6 months that I'm working on it, I've only got like that far because it's been kind of off and on. Soft mode, this is I just called it a naga because it's like half snake and half pony kind of thing. But a worm is probably good too, but you know, worms don't have arms like this lady has arms. And I'll have the a snake kind of song and kind of a lot of tells to make it hopefully seem like it's more of a snake than anything else, if I do it right. So I will do that apparently. Okay. Oh, right. So with Flash, there's this new camera mode that has its own layer, and I think I added it here to add this little pan where like the camera moves over a little bit. But because of that, the camera's a bit glitchy, so it messes up a couple times. So even when I click in here, we'll see where it centers it, and it's zoomed in a lot, so it's like very disorientating. So I animated this bit. I just want to see if it's, you know, up to snuff. Like I didn't like her being all ready. It seemed like she kind of blinked a bit too quick, so I'm just gonna maybe move all these. Might just move the whole thing like 2 frames forward, make it later. Part cobra. Lime, that's part snake. Like cobras and snakes, kind of the same thing. Yeah, you're probably right. This seems really not showing up. Where is it? There it is. Okay. But that's the whole symbol. I don't want that. That's bad. That's not showing up, but I can't make it more show up unless... I don't really need these keyframes either down here. So, highlight, right click and clear. And then I have a lot of shortcuts, so I'm gonna press, what was it, 3 or 4? I haven't done this in a while. I think it's 3. Or I could just use these. These are part of the tablet that I'm using. The screen has these cool... Was it that, or is it part of... It must be, because this doesn't come from Flash, where I'm able to, you know, create all these little buttons. So middle key here, and I know I set this all up so I know where everything is, so I'm gonna click sync key, and because I moved them too forward, yeah, it should work just fine. And there's no hair bounce yet, so I'm gonna maybe add that into... Hair bounce is like the secondary animation motion for here. Just gonna kind of get all the little white circles in place right now. Okay. So I'll add keyframe at the start. She goes down and then up, and then I'm kind of feeling out where the timing of it should kind of lie. Okay. So when things drag, they take more time to, you know, move like a cloth. If you kind of wave a flag back and forth, the end of the flag will, you know, move the opposite way as you go back and forth. So as she moves her head down, I can see it that her hair will kind of not go as fast, so it'll actually move up, and then she moves her head up, and then it's gonna spring down, and then it's gonna spring back up. I have these, and I'm able to create a tween, add a little ease. Mia, yep. Hey Marcus, what's up with you? Okay. So I'm seeing like the timing of it. The motion of what I want is good. It's just not timed out right. I'm gonna have to move this a bit sooner. Might have to move this one sooner too. It's maybe not as far. It's just a little... It's not tweening right either. Okay. It should be more fluid here, but it's kind of... It's like, oh man, that might be from the using and outs. See if that works. Okay. I mean, that's, you know, passable. Like I won't spend, you know, a couple hours on just that right now. That looks okay. That kind of motion. So once the primary animation that I got with this head moving, then I will add this secondary motion and then a little bounce back. Okay. So we start here, then she moves down. So I'll make it a bit long and up a little bit. And then we go up, which makes her hair go down, and then back up. Highlight it, create tween, see how that looks. I think the last bounce back up is a bit fast. And I think where it goes too far down is here. This might just be a little, yeah, a little softer motion. Okay, cool. And just adding that a little bit adds way more, you know, personality and makes it seem like you're a better animator just by adding that a little bit. Yeah, cool. I'm planning on. Well, how long am I working now? I'm working on for about an hour here, and I haven't really done much. So I think to make it up for you, I'll work on maybe like an hour more. So I'll probably end in an hour. Or whoosh. So I'll end whatever an hour from now is. She's like, yeah, trains are fun. And then she kind of, teleports a bit. If I wanted, I could have her from this position rotate around and then move here. But I think something like that works. And then that closes. Yeah, okay. Get rid of these storyboards. I'm gonna need a widescreen. Yeah, I'm also I'm doing this in widescreen. It is that you can see here. This number is the width is 2,560, but height is 1,440. So that's kind of the standard, and YouTube allowed 2K resolution. And because I'm adding these black bars on the bottom and top, it makes it into what's it called? CinemaScope resolution. So, because I wanted to make every kind of movie cliche into this, even without knowing too many movies. So, wanted to, give it widescreen, make everything very pretty. Because I wanted this, I wanted this to be done before the real MLP movie. So that didn't happen. So I worked like a whole year, getting the story done. So I wanted to, at least finish it up. And maybe get it ready for maybe next year or something. Maybe. I just don't know. I just, it's working on all this other project that you'd see me work on. So, yeah, because of the camera, it deletes the background in this for no reason. So, having fun with that. Alright, it just kind of dips into there. Oh, yeah. So she's like way up there now. It's just for this little bit too. Oh, looks like I flipped her with this. Ah. Okay, there's a little squash and stretcher. I was looking for that. I just think she should be more. She's not really looking at it either. She looks at this thing, looks at the seat. She gets her wings ready, flips them out, flies up to it, and then isn't really looking at it anymore. So I'll move her head a little bit. Okay. And I need these frames to have her legs about ready to like kind of catch it a little bit, to kind of spread out her whole body here. I don't know why she has another leg hidden behind there. See what that looks, because I can't really tell with this the camera glitching with the symbols. Okay, that looks good. I feel like that should be even like closer to here. Is that she has her. Is that here? She'd have her arms a little out. See how that looks. Then she moves them further, and then I can totally stretch her out here. I can totally squash her, stretch her a little bit more. And then that's saving. And then super, gotta conserve the mass, so she's gotta be more like that and zoomed. Yeah, actually really sits on it. And I might add a sound effect of her sitting down. And then she'll do that. And then she needs to, she kind of does. It's where she sits down and just kind of zooms back out and kind of breathes a little bit, but I don't think that reads. I think it's a bit too fast between these ones. So it needs to be like much slower here. So I'll just add a couple more keyframes there. Yeah, okay. So we'll get to a part where, you know, eventually where I haven't done most of the animation, so this is me just trying to be too perfect with my animation here. So it's probably not too interesting that I'm just kind of going and just adding, oh, just add one more frame here, and what I already have looks good. Okay, that's pretty good. Ooh, hey, Rainbow Dash is here. Nice. Yeah. Oof. I don't know. I'm not usually, you know, too exhausted working on stuff, and doing it live is really kind of tricky. It's like that added pressure of someone watching you over your neck. Really should maybe add some parallax here. Can I do that? That's all one symbol then. With that, and then, ugh, yeah, that's why I didn't. Cause this is so back there. Okay. Camera, don't do this. And I can add the hair bounce again. If she exists in this weird world that it shouldn't go into. But I guess it isolates everything into it. Hey, Meg Millen, have you said anything earlier? You're cool. Nice name too. I'm gonna add hair again. So not much too different between each of these. This is more of a more standard kind of motion that I do. So I might just add one more kind of bounce to it. Boop. Just add that little huh? Uh-huh kind of thing. And then she starts flying. Then she sits. So I might just add like only a couple keyframes for her hair to kind of, she zips down her head real quick here. And then it goes up. And then I'll just kind of keep it kind of still here. So I'm going in between all the body symbols here. So each of these, you know, little bits are different parts that I'm able to rotate around. What I'm doing is double tapping on the side of on the head, and then I'm able to access the hair, you know, hat and everything else. If I was outside of it, I wouldn't be able to get those individual parts. So if I want to animate an individual part of this head, I would have to double click, and then I can move the part. So it's good and bad that, you know, you can make containers for different parts. But yeah, when you have to go in and out a lot, then it gets a bit tedious of having to go in and out like constantly with this kind of stuff now. With this kind of secondary motion, which I'm doing. Wasn't even going to see that. So it goes. So she looks down, then her hair kind of flops up, and then it should flop way down, I think. And then this should be quicker. So I'll move this quicker. And then so that's down, that's up. So that should be more up to the snag, and then add one. Okay. Okay. So I can see a little bit there. It's not much, but of course everything adds up at the end. Like it probably didn't even see any of that I just did. Okay. Yeah, it's all just right here. You can see like there's 2 frames here where it kind of goes up. But if you're not really looking at it, yeah, you can kind of see. I mean, if you look at any piece of animation 100 times, you'll notice every little bit of it. And how to destruct it, how to deconstruct it. And of course I had the whole scene here because it's easier to make bigger backgrounds and then move the backgrounds around. They're making very specific inside the box backgrounds. So it's kind of by style having really big backgrounds. And here we have a non-existent background. Or nothing else. Okay, so this is just a shot of the train leaving. So I'm planning on having 3D like 3D models and 3D sets and props. So I think I was trying to figure out, you know, which shots should I do in 2D and which shots should do 3D. So I think this was one that I wanted to do in 3D because I think it might be easier to model the train and then just kind of zoom it towards us, towards the foreground, than having it be in 2D. So, and this will be the train station at the beginning, and then this is just probably grassy plain, and then here's the train. Okay, and then here's this random high shot that I didn't really expect to be too tricky. And this is just moving. Yeah, there's nothing really going on in this shot, so I haven't worked on this shot much. So I think I'll at least try to put Derpy in the right place, because I want her to be behind this green bit here. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. So everything's in this one symbol. So I will figure out how to. Guess I can. I'm gonna really only need what needs to be in front of it, which is just this bit. So what's this called? This is a bench. So this is bench high angle, and what would you call it? Like the median? Whatever. The labeling only, simple in labeling is really only important when you need to, you know, go back to it and find things easier. So it just categorizes parts much simpler. Because there's parts, you know, when you want to be kind of efficient with your symbols. If you make a tree in one animation, you can reuse that tree again in a different animation. If you want to find that tree in the first animation quicker, you can label it as tree. If you did not, you might have some trouble, especially if it's like a bigger animation or something where you just can't find it. So it's just a quicker way of organizing all sorts of stuff together, and just, of course, you have to have a very specific naming path kind of way that you hold. If you're working with a studio, we'll need to know ahead of time. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted, and she should be, at least in this back shot. Yeah, she's just sitting down like that. Okay, So go to here, and we can see it's all. So I'll just double click. Oh, gee. Yeah, I'm not used to it. That what should happen is I should double click and it should be exactly this view. Like nothing should change, and I would just be able to edit her right here. But because of the camera that I added on that first layer, now we're in this white void and she's flipped horizontal and I can't see the bench where she, to line things up better. So, and the only way to get back out is to click the scene one. So, I hope that there will be an update to it, because it's been like, almost like a year with that kind of glitch going on that gets frustrating. I'll just got this high set for whatever. And to try to have, I have the, like I did with this, that this is going to be the all, so it has everything. And if I want her to be in 2 shots in the same animation, I will right click and say duplicate symbol. And duplicating makes a new name in the library and creates a new instance for the symbol. So I just took the base one that we had and I added a word to it, to some word that distinguish it from everything else. Like it has to be a unique word so that the library can know what to do and knows what art you're using. So I'll call this one too, and you probably want to use the same symbols, name, like this is high set and the whole body is high set. So try to keep everything consistent within itself too. So like I wouldn't have the head call it something else entirely. Problem is that I can't know the context of what I'm looking at. So I'm trying to make her sit by rearranging all her symbols, and you can kind of figure out all the different parts that I'm using with it now. So there's not too many, and I've just, I made this my whole puppet myself, where I drew everything. So I kind of know where every part is and how everything reacts to each other and what goes behind things and what goes in front of things. So it after you like use these puppets for like 3 or 4 years, and it just becomes trying to tell the story then, instead of fumbling around of, okay, is this where the wing should go when you sit. It's more just kind of going with it. It's like, okay, I know that this is what the procedures and what symbols to move around to make her sit. So, okay. But after just a little bit, might have to make the shirt a new symbol for sit, just because I see this black line getting in my way. So I'll just color it to match that, and there we go. Of course, you don't want to, there's bits where you want to add, want to make a duplication, but then there's parts that, because I know that this is only one frame, this is just art, this doesn't animate in a sense, so I wouldn't duplicate that, but because I know that the head is going to be in different places and different expressions and different stuff, and it might animate over time too, then I'll duplicate that. But like the tail doesn't move and shadow doesn't move, so I wouldn't duplicate that. But by duplicating the whole thing outside of it, the container, it sort of does its own internal kind of duplication itself. Okay, so there she is. Yeah. And you can kind of have her poke her out between these blades here. Why don't you change? I don't know if he's modeling these after the show train, so I don't know if these guardrails are transparent, because that might be interesting too. But that could be a thing that, you know, much later I can go back in and adjust. But this scene is pretty much done. This shot, so I'll just move on. Yeah, so this shot is not done. Oh man, yeah. I'm so interested in that chat's just being really quiet. I think I'll just leave this for now. This shot, that, because I think I'm gonna have to, you know, find more references and figure out the exact how I want to design the train, and I don't really have a good grasp on how I want to design these trees here. But the whole sense of what I wanted is good with the nice parallax, so I'm happy with how this shot in motion is looking. I might want to have these clouds move, but that might be a bit overkill, I don't know. These are all on different layers too, so that makes it pretty easy. Yeah. So I'll just make everything and then move these. Move all these clouds a little bit over. And then one. And there we go. Now we're at the top left for no reason. I had to drag it all the way back to get it back to center. Okay. Oh. There. And clouds are moving. Yay. Okay. Good. So it's also to figure out. So she came in here, and then she sat facing right as she is. So the train is moving this way. So let me look at the storyboards here, because I'm not fully sure what's going on here. Yeah, I had the background moving right. But in this shot, she is sitting. She tries leaning against it, against the barrier, and just like, doesn't feel good. So she takes it off and looks back up. This will probably be a big shot. So this might be all I'll be able to do for the rest of the stream here. So I hope you're ready for this. I'm gonna press 4. Figure out what I want to do. This is her figuring out how to sit, and yeah. So I've already, you know, animated her in another shot sitting where I wanted her. So I'm able to take this bit, and then I'm able to make another duplicate of her, and this will be maybe like back off or something. I try to be using as least amount of words to describe this, while being, you know, precise to every shot. Okay, because she already has all this animation inside her that I don't need, I just need this pose. So I'm able to just delete everything, all the keyframes and everything before it, remove frames, and probably just start from fresh, just so I can have a quicker version of having this pose. Get rid of these purple and magentas are tweens, so I don't need those right now. This is my kind of timing chart. Get rid of that. Now we're pretty much clear. And I need to duplicate the head, because she's gonna emote a little bit. This is where she takes her bag off. The little green bag that we'll get to. Okay. So now, yeah. I'm gonna take a little bit of water so I slow down a little bit more. Alright. Oh, that's good water. Okay. Yeah, I just mute it so you don't have to hear me drink water on the stream. Let's see. Hey, Model Octave. How you doing? I think in another shot I had... Yeah, where she sits, yeah. I had this little... I call them helpers because they help layering issues that I would otherwise have. Otherwise I have to make mask, and I wouldn't want to make more layers of masking, so I'm gonna take this and probably copy and paste it into this shot. Paste it here. And then line it up, and then, you know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know why I still have that sound on, because that's pretty loud. What was that? The Casual Gamer? Thank you for the subscribe. Not sure if you're in chat or not, but thank you. Probably somewhere in the world just clicking that. That means a lot. Let me figure out. Looks like this is actually a bit smaller, but I really only need is it to connect to here. I really need this bit or this bit, because I need it to like hide her tail. Because I need her tail to be behind the couch. You can see how it's in front of it, but as soon as I click that, now it's behind. Yay! Okay. Zoom out. Oh my gosh. Oh, Star Study. Yay, cool. Now you're part of the team. Alright. Welcome. And of course you can check the other links to see how else you can reach me, and other stuff I do in the description below. So I'll be sure to open that fully. See what else is up with me. Ah, you unsubbed and resubbed. Well, that's interesting. Just wanted to be on stream there. I think everything's set up. Ah, man. I'm just mad because I wanted the context so I can see the bench, so I'm able to interact with the other symbols, but because of that, that's annoying. Yeah. And it flips it horizontally, so it's like, oh my gosh. Metal Octave. Wow, that's a real name. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah, you can find me again on the other websites too. I'm not, you know, exactly active on those, but I tried my best because, you know, I'm usually working on stuff like this. This is pretty much my day job. Pretty much freelance going on. There we go. So, thanks. Up it up. Cool. Not sure about this big black bit here. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so I'm just prepping the pose, the first pose. So that's looking good. Of course, I'm gonna go back out, figure out where we are. Might have her want to lean her forward, I think. This is so confusing now with this. It should be weighted. Okay. Oh man, you guys are great in chat. Okay, so let's figure out how to do a shot. So let's figure out the storyboard again. So she's there, she has a backpack or bag on her back. And then so that's pretty good time-wise. So I can see this gray outline of what I need to do. Cool. Like I'm just reading chat too. So around here, around this time, man, that's so annoying. And it went back to the first frame. The whole point of what I wanted to do was to see what frame that was. So now I have to like do math and figure it out. Or just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see, around 12 will work. That's 13. Oof. Unsub and resub. Well, you better check the little bell icon to see when I do anything. I'm just thinking we're for blink now. That's about halfway through our blink. Would you blink and then kind of move back? I think so. So I'll do it after her blink, so it just has a little bit of leeway. Like I can do a little animation of her kind of even moving forward with the blink, and then lean back, and then hit the bag on this bench right here. That should be right here. So let's do the first bit that I was talking about, the blink. Animate the blink to... It's a sort of a anticipation, I guess. Where I have her... And when I do this, the most cheapest, really, way animate as possible. Where I just kind of move everything and kind of skew it over. Where I just take everything and then go in and tween it, and then figure out what kind of posing I need to make it look good. So I'm just looking at the motion of the body and seeing about relative where her head should land. Do I have amino? I mean, no. Short answer. Just about every thing that I'm on should be in the description. So if you think that it should be on any of these, you know, let me know. I probably haven't tried it or tried making an account on anything else. Or at least not, you know, because I have, you know, I made a Facebook, you know, a couple years ago, but I haven't done literally nothing with it in like 3 or 4 years. So I wouldn't try following me on Facebook at all. You wouldn't hear anything from me that way. The same with other stuff that's not in the description. I already had the bell icon on. What if people that sent to you? That is an icon. Ah, thanks, Star City. You're great. Make sure ring that bell. I never clicked it for anyone else, really. I don't know. You know, because I pretty much live on YouTube now, that I watch YouTube stuff too much, that I don't need the notifications to know when people are uploading. Yeah. So I'm just feeling out the timing of this now to see about when she should back up. So I'm using this little dot to say about when she should back up into, and see how long it should take. It should be like a fast, like she really hits it. So maybe like, I mean, maybe like 3 or 4 frames. That's about there. Okay. Okay. It might be a little bit of kickback, but not too much. Wish I could see, you know, what I'm doing. I mean, how would you figure out, like, if there's 2 characters talking to each other, how would you figure out the eye line and everything else? There's so much that you would take for granted with being able to see the whole scene. At once, you know? think your back should be on top of the wing so you would see it more. Yeah. I think it goes up a bit too high. And it should be a little visual. This is weird. I don't like it being in white space. I think her head moves up a bit too much. I think she could be leaning the back more into it. Okay, yeah. Ah. Don't need none of this. Okay. What? Okay. Everything's just moving around him now. They would be on the same z-axis, they would be talking to each other. Yeah. I mean, everything's on the same z-axis in 2D. The LB0. Not sure what you mean there. But I'm just saying, like, you know, X and Y, the axis that there should, you know, I should be able to see this screen and see here is the bench that I want to hit. And so I wasn't able to see, like, that's not fur enough or something. So I have to make different kinds of, have to do more work to figure out where everything is than just seeing it here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We're gonna make this a fast, what's it called? Ease. And then like a 2 frame of it pulling back. And to pull it back, I need to go to the first frame and zoom it more. I've done this, you know, probably a million times, so stuff like that. I think the head on here is a bit high. Okay. Cool. See that? Boop. Just not as strong as I want it to be. So I think I have to zoom this even further. Actually really hits the back of this and she scrunches up this bag here. And I'm hiding all the UI, like the timeline, with the F4. So I could just, it helps me see, you know, not get distracted by, you know, this tall timeline that I usually get. So I'm just able to get rid of everything. I like to squish it a backpack. I think it needs maybe another keyframe here to like kind of even be more of a resistance kind of thing. Actually, then here will go forward a bit more. And then add tween. Okay. Ah! So, like, where am I? Okay. So, yeah, so for now, I'm just doing all the body stuff, and then you can see even the animatic that she changes her expression around here. So, when she hits it, and I'll add, you know, a sound effect and maybe a couple, I don't know what you call them, because I can try it right now, like impact cartoony impacts things. Like the little tiny explosion things that you would see. But because it's white, I can't see it. Man, this is getting more and more frustrating with this. I've only added that camera just so I could do that one pan, which I don't even think I need anymore. I probably could just do it manually without it. I don't know. So it hits around here. And so what kind of shape I'm looking for is kind of one of these. You've probably seen it in cartoons, but you don't really notice it because it's only on screen for me like 2 seconds. It's kind of this weird star shape. It's kind of inverse. And then I'll color it and then clean it up. Of course, I don't probably need to totally clean it up, but it'll probably help a lot to make it at least presentable. Because if anyone, wants to watch this in like 2 frames a second, it'll look good. Of course, there's probably are people who would do that, so. Let's see. So I have this. I'm gonna put it here. Maybe it should be totally behind everything. Boop. So it's behind her. So she reaches and this thing will appear. And then it gets a little bigger. Kind of follows it. And it should kind of rotate. And then it pretty much Gaussian blurs away, and then it's gone. Yeah. I think it should rotate that way, and then it should rotate the other way. Like that. So it's kind of whoop whoop. I think that's a bit too much rotate. So a lot of this is just looking at these, 2 or 3 frames over and over and over. And saying, does this look right? Should I change this? And just going back in and fixing it. Because I want it to be white, but now it's white, so now I can't see it. So let me go back to here. Because even just, earlier we were just, going between the body and then going inside the head to move the hair. This is like another layer of not well designed this. Yeah. Get rid of that. Want the widescreen. Get the full experience and yeah. Does that translate well? Does that read well? That like you kinda know what's going on? I mean that just kinda looks like she's just like hitting her back instead of it being her backpack, I think. So let me find that. No, I can't find it. I think I'll put it on outline so I can see it. So I can even see what's going on here, Yeah, I think it's a bit too high up. That it's not like centered around the backpack here. And then I wanted to make this half alpha. Okay, I'm liking that better. Usually what I do is like, like that's good, and then I just move on. So, there's probably, a lot of animation errors in my videos, but just because I'm like, I perfected, 2 or 3 times and I might have missed something and moved something weird while I was doing it, so I might have missed something. Okay, so that's about, the shot's about halfway done. So now we got that one motion of her. Well, I just added the blink. I could kind of time this better, because this is where she starts to lean back, and she hasn't yet with the full color. Full color hasn't lobbed back. Just add a couple more. So I'm trying to time the sketch with the color. She was like, what happened? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's I probably talked about earlier with the margin of error of moving that up and down. So I will now. So she needs to like have a little reaction around here to it happening. So she needs to be a bit confused, so she might lean forward a little bit and go, what is that? What just happened? Was that the bag? So she might be a bit, I mean, not too far. Yeah, that's a bit too much. And she would change facial expression, but I haven't, obviously done that yet. We should have a little kickback, but not much. There's a lot of terminology that I kind of, being a figure out myself, a nader, or I kind of taught myself Animate. So I just kind of have my own kind of terms of, like I called that kickback and all these weird techniques that I'm doing. They're probably, there's probably, more realistic ways to portray this kind of stuff. I don't want her nodding, like her head goes down, too far down. Might actually go up a little bit. That's a little less than a little. Not liking this head motion. That looks okay. I think I want to like bring her head forward a little bit. As you can see, I'm just moving this one, like not even a second long motion. I'm just doing it over and over again to see what I like, and adjusting that or accentuating that or making it less obvious or okay. I think I'm happy with that. Which like what? That's her what timing of her changing her face. What? And then she'll look and reach inside, release, she'll turn around and grab the bag and put it in front of her and place it down in front of her, and she's happy about it there, and she looks up. Because in the next couple of shots, the snake will come around and then kind of look around to see what they can loot. And because Derpy has the bag in front of her, they're able to, she's like, oh no, because she had this special thing in the bag. But because she looked away, and then they kind of sneakily take it, a little bit of force here to say no, add a little resistance, and the snake takes it, and then she gets mad. So that's just my little way of emphasizing that she has the bag again. You'll see it earlier in the cartoon, the movie. So I just wanted it to be a little bit more easier to access than on her back. So I just need to accentuate that she has his back and then put it in a place that's a bit more easier to see for the snakes later to grab it. So that was just my little workaround for that. So I think I'll finish up this shot, and I think we're close to 2 hours, so that'll time up well. But this is actually a pretty difficult shot, so I just wanted to spend a little breathing time figuring out the rest of the contacts with you. Okay, so now she has bonked it, and she's like, what? And then she figures out the plan to turn around and somehow, because I'm not sure how, because I turned her whole head to face it, but maybe she just needs to kind of lean into it, and I think she grabs it with 2 hands, but she just needs to have her arm do that. I have an extra set of arms somewhere. Where'd they go? There they are. For bending. I mean, I could just make this a duplicate and then add a couple frames of it bending. Might be simpler. Bend, and then add a bending point here. See where about her thing should be. Put it in the wrong layer. So we'll cut it and paste it here, and then we'll see nothing. See if, there we go. Okay, that was weird. And now I'll be able to take this bit and then cut it. Oh, come on. Okay, it doesn't like cutting inside of this. Yeah, it's just all part of the camera not knowing what to do. Okay, everything should be a different layer now. So I should be able to take this bit and then rotate it, and yep, okay. So I need her to like, oh, I'm doing it myself, to reach around and grab the bag and then pull it up in front of her. I mean, she'll have to break her arm here, as we see, but I think it's worth it to get that motion kind of fluid. And I'll break it a little bit further. And I'll just wireframe it so I can see what the heck is going on here. Wireframe's pretty good for this kind of complicated motion there. Okay, so it should, yeah, okay. So I have to do her arm on ones to get that right. Is this not? Okay, so I need this bit to be bent, and it needs to somehow reach around this kind of arc to get the bag. So I'll tween everything else. So like that, it's loop. Okay. Guess I don't really need this arm quite yet. This arm can not freak out. But I need this to be at least two to then somehow also be in front of the bag. That'll be tricky. And she has to lean forward. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of, that it's just getting super messy and overly complex to do this kind of simple motion. Okay. This might take a bit. To get right. Okay, so she needs to, yep, bend forward. I was just checking if she bends good. It's alright. I'll spend by to be like 2 frames of her stuck at this position. And then she needs to bend forward. Do it pretty quickly just so I don't have to add too many in-betweens. And she leans it back a little bit. And she needs to have the back pack like that. You can see like the leg back here is breaking up. And this almost needs to be like straight now. Somehow it needs to like flip around too. This is probably going to take a couple passes. I mean, it almost needs to be just full up at this point. That's why she needs to lean back so we can get that full motion of it. Whoop-a-doop. I'll play with the layers too, so it'll be behind her leg. That's a bit quick, so I add 1 frame there. Maybe another. Okay, and because of that, I'll add to sync simple to keep everything there, and then we'll like boop, 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 and I wish I could see what I was doing. I need to have this back as straight, and she needs to lean forward into it and look at it. Look at it. And she needs to be holding it a little bit still. Okay. That's a bit quick. Cool. Did I turn it off? No. Should still be live. It has a little orange. That's my health. Okay. Orange means okay. Viewers may experience minor issues. Oh, okay. Well, not sure how to help with that. Okay. And then I'll go back to storyboard to see exactly what happens after where I am. Need to figure out where her arms are. She looks at it with both arms, and then she leans back, and then looks at it, and then back up. Okay. So I have her, and she holds it with 2 arms. That's not 2 arms. So around here, maybe her outer arm can just flip up, and then how do I grab that? Where is it? What layer is it? It is. Whoa, it's at the bottom. No, it's not. I think it's at the bottom. Okay. Must just be called shadow. That's edgy. Okay. You need to see that there's 2 arms here. And she really needs to be leaning into it. Okay. Oops. Never move the dot after you're animating. Cool. Do. And then she needs to quickly sit back up. Kind of go up. And still kind of look at it, but then her arms go back to neutral where they were. Saving it, good. Yeah, it's hard to narrate this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of figuring out what I need to do, and it's just also just kind of mental memory of knowing doing this so many times. And then keyframe here. So she needs to bounce up a little bit, because that's like a big motion here. So she needs a little bounce up. Okay. Bag, and she's like, yep, that's a bag. And then she looks out for a couple secs, and then she'll kind of look back up. And she'll look back up into the rest of the train. And she needs a little, and she goes a little bit too far in this frame at the joins. See how that looks. Needs to be a bit more exaggerated. And she was zooming up. Okay, so her head's not in the right place. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I can see just by how many keyframes are in there that it's a little complex. Okay. I'm actually kind of happy with that. That's looking pretty good. Okay. So, like, I was a bit afraid of, like, in this section that the timing might have been a bit off or something. Like, it would be a bit too fast or slow. I think this needs to be accelerated. Needs to be popped up a little bit higher. Because I just want that juicy bounce up. Okay. Okay. Sure hope this bag is in the right place. Below where I wanted. Okay, so if I line it up, it's about where that is, and I need it to be. So after you place it here, I don't need any keyframes afterward. So it needs to be a bit higher. It needs to be a bit higher. Yeah, that's looking better. Yeah, okay. Need to hang it for a little bit, because she needs to look up. needs to look up and then hang even more. Angle a little more. Okay. Okay, so I'm going for 2 hours and I'm still exhausted. This live streaming is really tiring me out. It's weird. Because, you know, I'd be able to, like, work on, you know, these kind of projects for, like, you know, sometimes more than 6 hours, maybe 10, 12 hours a day. And I would be just fine, you know. I would just be, you know, in the zone and just working on it. But doing just this for like a couple hours is really taking it out of me. That's like, I don't know if it's like the nerves of I have to do this, you know, quicker than maybe I would. It's weird. Oh, maybe because I'm talking. That's probably it. That I'm having to use a lot more mental energy of trying to figure out what to say the whole time. And I don't want to add music because I don't want to get accidental copyright, content ID, all that. You know, so it's either this or, you know, not getting the 1 cent I got in that last stream I did. That's actually what I got. I got like maybe like around, you know, 1 cent in monetization from last Monday's stream. So thanks guys, but I don't know. I don't know what to say with that. Cool. That's all working. So I'll just have to manually play with this arm here for now. So what I'm gonna do is convert to frame. So now I can have full control of this. Okay, I have to figure out the layering of this bag here now. Where is it? So it's up there now. So I'll have to get it underneath this arm, which is way down here. So I'll have to make a new layer. Especially here I have to make these all keyframes here. Also the bag needs to be all keyframes. So I can manually go in and say exactly where these keyframes should be. Like that. I moved it. Move it back. Okay, I'll just have to boop and then boop. Okay, now it should be the same. This arm flings up. Where is it? Oh, it's way at the bottom. So from here to here, it should be about halfway, and then zoom up, and then put it down, and then zoom back up. So I need to get the bag and get this to be a different version of the arm. So this is where, you know, knowing some frame for frame, what's it called, frame by frame animation is pretty good. Because, you know, you're able to interpolate frames against each other. Like I might even have, even here, be up, and then up, and then up, even more. Okay. So I had this layer, and this will be bag below. So this will be frames for when the bag is, should be underneath. which is pretty much all the way from here to here. So I'm gonna duplicate it, and bring it down, and then I will have to delete it from here to here too. And then can't clear free keyframes because there isn't any. Remove green. Now can I clear 'em? Okay. That was weird. Yeah, that looks way better. So the wing is there. The wing needs to be below this wing from there. I mean, it could just be under the back the whole time like this. And it doesn't matter. Ah ha ha. That looks alright. It's like she's in front of the bag now. That makes sense. And she grabs it, flings it in front of her. The other leg sits there. I think from here to here I might add a frame for this frame to be super extending the arms. Yeah, just add this little one frame of it. Kind of putting it down kind of motion. Okay. Okay. I think that actually turned out better than I thought. There's a couple, you know, little bits that are weird. Like if I get rid of the head, you can see like this body is messed up. So I'll have to go back and each of these keyframe change them to look a little different. So like that's kind of the stuff that I probably should have done at the beginning, so I wouldn't have to do all this. But yeah, this one shot is, you know, only like 2 or 3 seconds long. But we've seen that it's already taken us like 2 or 3 hours. I want to break apart. Break into pieces. There. And I should get rid of that kind of weird coloring issue that we had, like here. So I have to press 4, and then every keyframe now, go back, just to make sure that every keyframe has this updated version of this body symbol. If I did not, I mean, if I like missed one, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I just wanna, if I had to make, you know, keyframes in between some of these, like if I had the wrong one and then add another keyframe in between those two, then I would have more opportunities of it being bad, you know. So, I mean, this is pretty much what animation for me looks like. It's just extremely tedious. You're just doing a lot of the same thing. You're just looking at the same 2 seconds for like, you know, almost a day or so to really get it right. So, glad you're able to like stick around, most of you. So, it is fun. That like, at least the first bit, you know, that first bit of like going from the storyboard to picking out the poses, the key poses, and figuring out the kind of motions I want to take from the storyboards. Figuring out like, okay, she should, you know, figure out the physics and energy of the animation. Such a all that work and not that much couldn't even see it most of the time. But if we didn't, you know, there'd be someone who says, hey, that doesn't look good. Okay, so might end in here, but you'll know that I'll probably be. The next thing I would do is animate the facial features, because what my kind of process is, you know, as we saw, is to do the whole body animation, timed it out to make sure that's all good, and then go inside the head and add the facial features. And then we saw at the beginning that the next I would do is add the hair up and down bobbles. So that secondary animation there. Secondary animation usually is probably the last thing you would do for an animation sequence. Is add all the, if there was like a dress, I would add that, you know, that kind of flowiness later, probably last. But I'm glad how this shot turned out. I was able to work on it pretty quickly. I thought it might take a little bit longer, so I'm happy that. I mean, I'm not, you know, again, I'm not done. I'll have to add a little bit more of that, the rest of it, the next phases. But we got this sequence animated. Yep. So, yeah. And we've worked on this a little bit. We got this going on at the beginning. We worked on this, not as much. But yeah. So, next stream plans. I hope to stream the next time on Friday, whatever that will be. Let me check. Friday the 26th, and I hope to start, I guess, whatever 2 hours before now would be for you. Yeah. So, again, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again in a couple days. Alright, see ya.